Dear students, good morning to all. Today we are going to learn micronutrients in the soil. In the previous lecture, we have seen primary nutrients and secondary nutrients. So let us see which are the micronutrients in the soil. So there are various micronutrients in the soil which are available particularly in the optimum soil or particularly in a good soil, that is boron, zinc, manganese, iron, copper, molybdenum and chlorine. So these are seven essential plant nutrients elements which are required for each and every crop. So they constitute in total less than 1% of the dry weight of most plants. So although their proportion or their ratio is less, but then also they are too much important for so far the growth and the quality of the plant is considered. So why these are required? Because whenever there is a deficiency of micronutrients in the soil, most of the plants or most of the fruits or crops or cereals, fodder and leaves get damaged or uh, get difficulty, and that's why difficulty to grow, and that's why these are the important for the growth and the quality of the fruit or the crop. So first micronutrient is boron. Calcium, potassium and nitrogen concentration in both the soil and plant can affect boron availability and plant function. The calcium boron Ca to B ratio relationship being the most important, therefore soils high in calcium will require more boron than soils low in calcium. The chance for boron toxicity is greater on low calcium content soils. So whatever the proportion required in the soil of boron is determined by the calcium and potassium as well as nitrogen. So all the primary as well as secondary nutrients also important to maintain the ratio of micronutrients in the soil. So boron directly maintained or boron directly controlled by the calcium content in the soil. So calcium is also an important thing so for the maintenance of the boron in the soil. Next micronutrient is zinc. Zinc deficiency has been observed on early planted corn during cool wet periods, but plants usually recover as the soil dries and warms. Zinc is routinely recommended for corn grown on sandy soils, soil group 1 and 2, when the soil pH is above 6.5. So it relates to the pH of the soil. Means if the pH is maintained, then there is no deficiency of the zinc. A zinc application is normally recommended for pecan unless a plant analysis indicates that zinc is not required. A zinc recommendation for peach and apple is not generally made unless a deficiency is verified by means of leaf analysis. So whenever we have to find out the deficiency of any micronutrient, we have to test, we have to check the leaves of the plants in the laboratory, and then we come to know which is the deficiency, which micronutrient have a deficiency in the plant. Both soil and plant analysis are to be used to determine if a zinc deficiency exists. When soil zinc is insufficient, zinc is recommended for certain crops. The treatment rate being between 3 to 5 pounds zinc per acre. So although ratio is too much less, but it is essential for the proper growth of plants. Next micronutrient is manganese. Manganese deficiency can be corrected by either soil or foliar application of manganese. For soybeans, 15 to 75 pounds manganese sulfate MnSO4H2O 26 to 28% manganese or its equivalent per acre is recommended for optimum yield when the soil pH is greater than 6.5. However, on high pH soils, means more than 7, correcting a manganese deficiency by a soil manganese application may not correct the deficiency, since most of the applied manganese will most likely be converted to an unavailable from form in such soils. As I have already explained that most of the uh, micronutrients are controlled by pH. So control of pH is directly affect on the micronutrients. Whenever any soil which is having optimum level of pH automatically shows the, or it reflects automatically in the optimum level of micronutrients. Fourth micronutrient is iron, Fe. In most cases, plant iron deficiency is not due to the lack of iron in the soil but due to the soil condition that reduces its plant's availability, such as high soil pH, low soil oxygen level caused by either soil compactions or waterlogging, prolonged period of excessive soil moisture, high temperatures, high soil phosphorus, copper, manganese and zinc levels. So iron, most of the plants, whenever there is a deficiency of iron, they show spots, yellow spots on the leaves, and particularly in the sugarcane we found that the corners or the boundaries of the leaves get yellow, become yellow whenever there is a deficiency of iron. Next micronutrient is copper. Copper is retained in available forms in clay soils. Copper can be leached from very sandy soils low in organic matter content. Correcting a copper deficiency from occurring in organic soil requires application rates of 20 to 50 pounds copper sulfate CuSO4 5H2O per acre, or foliar application at the rate of 1 to 2 pounds CuSO4 5H2O per acre. There is a very narrow range between deficiency and toxicity for copper, and either soil or foliar applied recommendations should be based on the deficiency verified by plant tissue analysis. Now there are various agro-based industries which recommend to do the foliar spray of micronutrients to the plants, but this is very temporary, because unless and until there is no availability of micronutrients in the soil, plant cannot be benefited directly. And so this is whatever the scientist or whatever the agronomist is suggesting is temporary use or temporary benefit, but for a long term or for a lifetime use, we have to, or benefit, we have to maintain the quality of the soil by maintaining the micronutrients in the soil. Next is molybdenum, that is MO. Soil pH is the major soil factor affecting molybdenum plant availability. Generally, if the soil pH is greater than 6, deficiency is not likely to occur. If the soil pH is below than 6 and molybdenum deficiency is suspected, the recommended application rate for most legume crops is 2 to 8 ounce molybdenum per acre applied as either a seed treatment or foliar spray. Molybdenum exists in the soil solution in the molybdate MnO4 anion. So we can maintain the molybdenum level by using the foliar spray, and if it is the soil pH is greater than the 6, then there is no deficiency. But if there is a pH below than 6, then there is a deficiency of molybdenum. And the last is chlorine. Chlorine is an essential plant nutrient element existing in the soil as the chloride Cl anion. This anion is abundant in nature and chloride excess are more common than its deficiency. Crop quality can be affected by the use of chlorine containing fertilizers. For tobacco as well as potato and tomato, either potassium sulfate K2SO4 or potassium nitrate KNO3 is the recommended potassium fertilizer source rather than potassium chloride. Muriate of potash KCl for blueberries acid forming fertilizers that do not contain chloride are preferred. So this is all about the micronutrients in the soil. So today we stop here. Thank you very much.